Have you ever looked at something so simple, pure, and raw, and saw endless potential?
You feel your heartbeat pumping.
24/7, 365, we are thinking about it and chasing it.
This is your time, so take it.
Every farm is unique, and each design is carefully calculated down to every detail. When it comes to what we do, there is no mold. This is way more than just hunting. Our mission is to create innovative designs and strategies and build farms that deliver world-class results. These experiences will be forever etched into our minds and passion burned into our hearts that drive us to love the grind.
Loving the grind is so much more than the work we put out in the field and spend outdoors. It's more so about the memories that are made, the hunting traditions you get to pass on to your kids. Our 7-year-old daughter is going on her first hunt this fall. She couldn't be more excited. She tells every single person she encounters that she gets to go shoot a gun and a big buck this fall. Our youngest daughter gets to go shed hunting for the first time this year. We're always learning, and the traditions made and the lessons learned out here are not taught in the classroom. We're proud of this lifestyle, and we're excited to share it with you and bring you along on the journey. This is Love the Grind.
Love the Grind is basically a group of people that love the outdoors, hunting, and we share a vision, and that vision is something that we want to be able to share with the rest of the world. And through that vision and through that camaraderie of hunting and being outdoors, we created a family here, and that's something we value not only just with our team members but with our clients as well.
It's a call about why. It's a fight to survive. Out there it is a jungle. It's hard, but I'm free. There's no bar.
So these days, and it seems more and more as of late, you see harvest photos of big deer that kind of go viral and span across social media on a regular basis, but very rarely are you actually seeing the process and the preparation that leads up to that harvest taking place. We started Love the Grind to really showcase all of the work that we not only do here at Homegrown Outfitters on our own properties, but also trying to reach as many people as possible to tell that story and talk about the preparation and the process that leads up to that harvest photo.
So what we do is we take normal farms and we incorporate the vision of our designs and turn them into something that nobody's ever seen before. And one thing we pride ourselves on doing in this show, and even with everything we do, is we want to show the work that goes into it. Because a lot of times that's not really shown. And we want to show every little detail that goes into these farms that helps transform them into things that nobody's ever seen before.
There's not a one-size-fits-all model when we go into designing one of our farms or one of our clients' farms for that matter. Every farm sets up different. It's got a different amount of timber, a different amount of current food plots, a different amount of agricultural, a different amount of bedding, north-facing slopes, south-facing slopes. The topography and the terrain is different. The axis is different. The blueprint for every property and every approach is different. And I think that's where we're unique and where we differentiate ourselves is just the amount of details that we put into every design and the amount of thought that goes into how we can create hunt strategies on a property, whether it's a small piece, 20, 30, 40 acres, or whether it's a massive piece, 400 or 500 acres.
Show me different flow. Why the same? Stay the same. We different though.
One thing we really want to show is This stuff doesn't just happen overnight. Like, we didn't just magically come into these farms that produce world-class deer and hunts of a lifetime, but we want to show everybody the hard work that we really put into it, and we do this 365 days a year, and that's how serious we are about it.
So watching Love the Grind doesn't necessarily mean that you hunt with every weapon for every animal all seasons throughout the year. If you have any sort of love or passion for any part of the outdoors, you should watch our show because we cover all aspects of the outdoors. The preparation, the shed hunting, the food plot planning, the strategizing, the scouting, filming velvet deer, filming hardhorn deer. It's about so much more than getting your hands on that buck at the end of the season. It's the preparation, it's the documentation of it, it's the love for these animals in the process. And really, you don't have to have a tag in your pocket to enjoy and appreciate the way we approach the outdoors and what we're trying to teach to others.
Love the Grind is presented by OnX Hunt, mapping for monster success. Cutty back cameras, 24/7, 365 scouting. Ozonics, be undetectable. Elevated arms, experience the next level of shooting. Redneck Blinds, the best hunting blind on the planet. Quiet Cat, redefining access. Weiss Realty, your dream property awaits. Domain Outdoor, turn your property into a domain. And by River's Edge Tree Stands, elevating comfort.
We've all been here, but not anymore. Introducing the most lightweight, practical shooting system on the market. The Elevated Arms Model X. Functional, lightweight, comfortable. Bipod and monopod built right into the stock. Experience the next level of shooting.
We live for the hunt, but we love the grind even more. This is our lifestyle. 24/7, 365. T-shirts, hats, hoodies, and more. If you love the grind, visit hunthomegrownoutfitters.com and sport your passion.
Yeah. The wood is yours. It's never over.
Love the Grind is something we truly stand by. We put together a team that loves what we do and embodies the 365 motto. From walking properties, guiding hunts, and designing farms that are second to none. Everything we do is to help create an unbelievable experience that you can't get anywhere else.
I see him looking down when we come closer. Step up, get a close-up of a pro soldier. An overdose of work, pride, and composure, yeah.
So you see a harvest photo in October or November, and you can almost hit rewind on that harvest photo all the way back to January to really tell the whole story of that harvest photo and the process and the preparation that went into it. So January and February, chances are we were out on that farm scouting out new stand locations, documenting things on our maps, studying sign from the previous year, going into those sanctuary areas that we've designated on our farms that it's the only time of the year that we go into. You shift ahead to March, we're probably picking up the sheds from that buck. You shift ahead to April and May, you're taking care of the food plots, preparing them, getting them ready to plant. Then you get that seed down. Then you're taking care of the food plot that you just planted. You're spraying it, you're fertilizing it, you're maintaining it. You shift ahead to the summer months, now it's trail camera deployment time. You're out there with cameras on all your farms, the excitement's there, you're seeing what new bucks have showed up, what bucks from the prior year look like, what deer on the shoot list, the do not shoot list, where the deer seem to be hanging out in their velvet stage. Maybe we're out there on the farms getting velvet footage of those bucks. You shift ahead to the early fall, now you're out there putting the final touches on your farms before you go out and hunt them. You're cutting shooting lanes, you're making sure everything's dialed in on those blinds, the access points, you're getting things dialed in on your maps to make sure that when you do come hunt them in the fall that everything's on the map, documented, and you're prepared for that hunt. Then the hunt itself takes place. There's a chance that you might hunt your target buck one time or one afternoon, and there's a chance that you may hunt it throughout the entire course of the year through all seasons, from when it's 70, 80 degrees out to when it's below zero, to when they're chasing, to when they're feeding. And really in January, February, the beginning parts of the year, you're preparing as if you're going to hunt that deer or those deer throughout the entire course of the year. So you got to have your properties and your mindset and your preparation on point and ready for that. So everything you can do in the beginning parts of the year in the summer to help prepare for that is going to create advantages for you as a hunter, and it's going to make that hunting experience that much better for you, your friends, your family, or in our case, our clients.
We try to make it look simple. Even though behind the scenes there's nothing simple about what we do, but when we show you guys our experience and everything we do that goes into designing these farms and our hunts, we try to break it down so anybody can follow what we do and anybody can incorporate that strategy into their farms as well. We appeal to every single hunter. We don't appeal to just the expert hunters or the beginner hunters or the moderate hunters. Like, anybody who hunts and has an appreciation for that can watch our show.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're just simple people with a very detailed approach. And whether you hunt public land, your own private land, whether you hunt a family member's land, whether you bow hunt, whether you gun hunt, whether you waterfowl hunt, whether you deer hunt or elk hunt, none of that matters, because there's something in this process that we do that you can relate to and you can enjoy.
Every property is unique and each has endless potential. You have the opportunity to create something special. Love the Grind Consulting approaches properties differently. From concept to creation, our out-of-the-box designs and strategies will not only give you more hunting opportunities, but increase the market value of your property. We build world-class farms that are backed by proven results. Let us help you transform your property this year and maximize the value of your asset for generations to come. Contact Love the Grind Consulting today.
Are you a passionate hunter that shares a love for hunting, the preparation, and everything that goes into the process? Then check out Love the Grind on YouTube and subscribe to learn innovative tips and tricks to take your hunting to the next level this season. Instructional property breakdowns, elite design concepts, real-world hunts, proven strategies. Learn how to increase your hunting opportunities and improve your property. Subscribe on YouTube and join a growing community of people like you who love the grind.
Ain't nobody that can stop me. I'm confident, not cocky.
The success that our hunters have had is second to none, and the high return rate of our clients continue to show that.
So for this season on Love the Grind TV, you're going to see us not just show the process, the strategies, the designs, the preparation that goes into the hunt, but we're also going to show you the success that's attributed to that hunt.
I'm confident, not cocky. I'ma take this to the top. Ain't nobody that can stop me.
Where we separate ourselves is that we don't just show how we designed that property or the thought that went into it. We actually go film the process, the preparation, we film our hunts, and we show the success that actually came from that design and all of the hard work. We showcase the entire process from planning and strategizing and the thought that goes into it to the last minute details and the tweaks that we make on the back end of the design, to the work that goes into executing on that design, to the hunt and the success that comes from it as well. So we film and showcase that entire process from start to finish and the success and the payoff that comes with the hunt, not just the cool design that we did on the front end. So we're entering season 3 of Love the Grind TV, and the memories, the big bucks, and the rewards that have came from those designs and that preparation is proof to the success that we've had.
So how do we go about designing these farms? It's simple. You gotta think like a deer, and in Jeff standards, you gotta become like the deer.
So Trey's not joking. In certain situations and in certain designs, we may go into a valley with bottom access and we may look up and say, okay, what can the deer see from where they're bedding? So we'll go up into the ridge tops, into the deer's actual bedrooms in the off season, and we'll look at what the deer can see in their vantage points. So we know how to build out a design where we can get into those hunting spots. What do we need to do from a habitat standpoint and a habitat concept to be able to change the design of that valley and what that deer can currently see and what they can currently visualize so that we can create an advantage for ourselves and we can improve our access and improve our success, because everyone knows if you can't access the spot that you're trying to hunt without the deer knowing, you're not going to have success.
They think they can't hold me down, pushing my face to the ground. I got my feet planted deep, my heart for the beat, I will not see defeat. Or you think I'm giving up now? I'm going high as the clouds.
So the hours and miles that go into walking these properties inch by inch, along with studying them on Onyx, helps us come up with a plan before we even take our design to the drawing board.
What we want to show our viewers is our thought process and mentality that went into the acquisition of the property. So we were looking at making the purchase. And again, whether it's 20, 30, or 40 acres or 500, it doesn't matter what your budget is. When you're looking at a property to purchase, your mindset is this a good purchase for me or my family? Am I gonna have a good hunt on it? Are there things that I can do to improve this property to make it better? So this season, we're gonna show not just the process from when the acquisition of the property takes place or when you already own the property, but the mindset that went into acquiring the property and if it was a good fit. It starts with the mapping process, and a lot of times there's several hours of planning and strategizing and thought that goes into it remotely and digitally on our phones and on our computers before we even step foot on the farm and actually put a plan into action. So a lot of the success that we get from our plans actually comes from all the work that we did before we even stepped foot on the property. So we do a lot of work remotely through our Onyx app, whether that's on our phone or whether that's on the computer. We're constantly documenting, drawing, bouncing ideas back and forth amongst each other, amongst our team members. There's so many things that you can do remotely these days that we take advantage of. More times than not, when we're out on these farms or properties or somebody else's properties, we're executing on this design. We're making little tweaks and little details along the way.
So essentially, we'll have a game plan and a plan on how we want to approach a property. And we do all that virtually, like Jeff was saying. But then sometimes when we get to the property, we might have to call like an audible or change something because what we saw on Onyx or virtually may not correlate to what we're seeing in person. So basically our strategy, it varies. Like we could hit it a home run the first time, or it could take, multiple times. So it's like we have more than one design on properties if we need it.
So there's a wide range of things that go into a design or a habitat plan. It's not just food plots, it's habitat, it's TSI work, it's water placement, it's improving or altering access. There's a lot of variables that go into our approach, and there's not a one-size-fits-all model, and we approach every farm differently based on what that farm or that property needs to improve the hunting on it. So all of the grind and the hard work that goes into the preparation of the design and getting a farm or a property set up for hunting, now we enter into the fall and we put together a hunting strategy that matches the design. And the combination of those two things, not just the design or not just the hunting strategy, but the combination of those two things is what generates the success and has generated success for us over the last 3 seasons.
Follow us on social media and share in the experience all year long.
So when we go into designing or putting together an approach on one of our properties or even one of our clients, sometimes that requires putting in 5, 10, 15 acres worth of food plots, but other times there may only be a 1/4 acre or half acre food plot that's needed. It all comes down to what's needed on that specific property to generate success. And sometimes we're in there planting trees, planting habitat, doing TSI work, trying to get that property to hold more deer and keep more deer on that property throughout the course of the year. Other times, there's a ton of deer in the area and we need more food to support it, so we need bigger food plots and we need different types of food. The blueprint and the strategy is going to vary depending on the property, what's around it, how you access it, or even how often you can hunt it. Every property can handle different amounts of pressure, and it all comes down to the access and the plan that you have to be able to hunt that property. There's properties that we have or we design for our clients that you may hunt it one time that week and that property is done because that's where the deer are and there's no way to access that property cleanly. So you're kind of going all into that spot. There's other properties where you can hunt every single day and you're not going to blow that property out because you have such good access. We try to find some common ground and put together some tools and some tactics that allow us or the hunter to hunt that property as much as they can without compromising the deer that they're trying to hunt. It all comes down to what's going to be most effective on that piece of property and allow us to hunt those deer without pressuring them and pushing them off the property. So Love the Grind extends past Trey and I sitting up here. We've got an extensive team that's just absolutely incredible, and everyone on our team kind of shares that same mindset, that 365 mentality, that unselfish approach to creating the best farms and the best hunts possible for our team members, our clients, and people that watch our show.
None of this would be possible without the amazing team behind us. And you know, Love the Grind and Homegrown Outfitters goes even further past that. It goes to the regular guy that works 9 to 5. It appeals to everybody. We built and represent a lifestyle that anybody can appeal to.
So for us, when you see a harvest photo, it extends much further past the guy or girl holding their hands on that buck. It's all of the team members and people that were a part of that process, from the planning, the strategizing, and the executing leading up to that hunt itself. Every one of us shares in that harvest, not just the person that released the arrow or pulled the trigger.
When somebody harvests a deer, it's not only just us or the guide celebrating, it's our whole camp.
Yeah, everyone celebrates together, and it's truly an unselfish mentality. You may have 8 different guys at Homegrown Outfitter camps from 8 different states and 8 different walks of life, but when one of those 8 harvests an animal, the other 7 are all there to share in that experience and that memory and take that in.
Even though it sounds cliche, how our camp is set up, when one person has success, we all have success.
If you've been watching Love the Grind TV over the last couple seasons, we pride ourselves in doing things differently, and we're going to continue to push that bar.
So something you guys can look forward to is everything you could ask for. From farm designs, habitat work, shed hunting, deer footage, and awesome recoveries, nothing is being left out. So we hope you all enjoy this awesome adventure with us.